Okay, this working? Alright. So, talking about the strength card today. Strength card. Okay, so the strength card, right? We're on number 8. Strength card was number 8. Is number 8 because this one's really complicated because there's a few decks, very modern decks, based off of the Thoth deck that switched the card to a different number. Now, I want to make this very, very clear. Its original number is number 8, the strength card. Alright? So, what is the strength card? And what kind of strength is it actually depicting? Okay. So, as you can see, the symbolism of this card is as of a woman opening the jaws of a lion. Right? So, this isn't actually the idea of strength, right? Not like, this isn't Arnold strength. This isn't screw your freedoms strength, right? This is seductive strength. This is subtle strength. This is feminine strength. And this is the one thing about strength that we've actually known for a very, very long time. It's the straight up the riddle of steel. Is what is steel compared to the hand that wields it? The other one would be behind every strong man, behind every powerful man, there's an even more powerful woman. This is actually a reality of the Western mind, the Western ethos. Okay, because it's not the strong man with the ambitions. Remember, it's always the woman, right? We would be in caves, right? Happy, scraping by, if it wasn't for women. If it wasn't for dissatisfied women, right? And this was the whole secret about the fact that Eve ate the fruit before Adam, is women have a leg up, and they use their powers of knowledge, of manipulation, to manipulate us, right? To get us to do what they want. And that's what this card's strength is. This is the subtle, coercive nature of females. This is the idea of you don't need to pry open the beast's mouth. No. You just need to gently open it. Just ever so slightly, right? This is the principle behind the martial art Tai Chi, is subtly, just very lightly moving it aside. Very lightly allowing the strength of the other to be its downfall. Alright, and this is the strength that's depicted in this card. This is the strength. Okay? It's right here. That's what it is. Alright, now I'm not gonna get any farther without actually explaining something else to you. Let me make sure I got all my stuff all set up. Alright. Boop, 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 boop. Because there are other cards, right? So I'm gonna actually have to explain this. Okay, so there are other cards, right? And they put strength at number 11, right? And we're not there because strength is number 8. Okay, and this has to do with Thelema and the thelemic, the Aleister Crowleyan thelemic ideals as represented by him, which could be as easily described as, I'm going to jump the gun real quick, so you guys are going to, if you're not careful, you're going to get blown past. This is literally as easy as describing the elemental associations of the sacral chakra, right? The Swadhisthana chakra, all right? In one point, it depends on how what you're actually doing, because in the Hindu tradition, the Swadhisthana and the Manipudra, they have a flipped meaning or association. So it depends on how you're going at it. If you're trying to get laid, the Swadhisthana, it's associated with fire. If you're trying to excel spiritually, the Swadhisthana is associated with water, right? Same with the Manipudra, it flips, right? Depending on how you're doing. This is a good way of describing this card. right? Because there's the strength. There's the strength of, right, the subtle, the feminine, the spiritual, and then there is lust, right? And so this is the lust card in Aleister Crowley's deck, the Thoth deck, as depicted by Lady Frieda Harris under the dictates of Aleister Crowley. This is the one in the center, right? That's the Thoth deck. So, in his deck, he called it lust, right? Because its original meaning has to do with the subtle actions that cause change in people, right? So this is the coercive nature of the feminine. This is the subtle manipulations of the Bene Gesserit. This is the sort of the... Actually, let's switch that to the previous one, because... Okay, so this one's the subtle, nurturing sort of, oh, why can't you do the right thing? And like, sort of compelling the other to act in a certain way, right? This is how Christianity literally flourished in Europe, is because it got picked up by women and then propagated, right? This is the thing that women do. They propagate things, not through force, not through coercion, but subtle manipulation, right? So that's what this is. This is its positive connotation, because it has to do with a deeper mystery, which deals with the actual assemblance of the minor arcana and the major arcana. And that's another thing we can get into later, is the division of the major arcana, of the I want to say the internal arcana, major arcana, and then the external major arcana. But that's a different subject. But here, this is using subtle manipulation to the ends of a good, right? This is the positive connotation, right? So these cards here, the lust card in number 11, right? So it switches with justice, and justice becomes adjustment, and strength becomes lust. This card represents the enjoyment of the manipulation, the enjoyment and revelry of using feminine energy, magical power, subtle means of manipulation, right? And it's sort of depicted in this way in the artwork, right? So instead of the woman opening the lion's jaws, right, showing mastery over it, it's the whore of Babylon riding upon the beast of Revelations, right? So that's the one thing about the center card, right? You can see there's multiple heads composing this lion's head, right? Which she's keeping open with I don't know the name of it, but it's like one of those things that a horse uses. The reins, I guess those are reins. Yeah, so basically it shows her holding the lion's mouth open, but this is actually using a tool, right? And again, she holds the cup of Babylon, which is filled with the blood of the saints, right? Which it gets far more thelemic than I actually want to get into here, right? Because I'm not an expert of thelema. I study this stuff, but this is not shit that I'm an expert of, right? But the symbolism is very important, right? Because in the other depictions, she holds onto the lion and very gently opens it up, right? This is a human. Human soul is a very, very prestigious position in the universal hierarchy, right? Even though we're in the center. She opens it up subtly. This one, she's prying it open with a fucking tool, right? And she rides it. She rides the lion, the bestial form, the primal instinct. Okay? And on the far right, you have the Lon Milo DeQuette deck of Lust, where she's riding the lion serpent, right? This Leo force, because the letter associated with, I think it's Teth? Teth? Gotta consult my book. Alright. So. Yeah, Teth. Yeah. Alright, and Teth means serpent, apparently. I guess it looks like a snake, right? And it also associates with Leo. So that's why Lon Duquette has her writing the lion serpent, right? The serpent of Leo. Alright, and I don't know, we're going to get a little bit into astrology here, because I don't know if any of you ever met Leos. I have never found people more secure in themselves than Leos. Never in my life have I met anybody who's more secure in themselves besides Capricorns, but they're easily, you can just make fun of them and they get fucking flustered, right? But a Leo laughs along with it. Like a lion, because lions love to laugh. Right? Alright, so here's one of the cards. This is a weird position because it's either 11 or 8. In 8, it's about its sort of Christian connotation, which is the subtle spirit manipulating the beastly material, or the gross beastliness, right? So it has to do with spirit conquering matter. This one has to do with the enjoyment of the actual action of that. The enjoyment of the subtle manipulations of those around you, of their feelings, of their emotions, of their actions. That's what the lust card represents. So there's strength and there's lust. And that's this card. And so at one level, it's about getting what you want through a subtle means, and at the other level, it's about enjoying manipulating other people. Alright, so that is the strength/lust card in its 2 positions. If there's any more you guys want to add to this, please add. Please let me know. It's always good. Again, we're all of us magic people think we're smarter than everybody else. And by that, we think we're smarter than the next magic person, right? Even though they're just building upon what other people have actually experienced, right? So, if you liked what I do, give it a like. If you don't like what I do, shut your fucking face and like it anyways. Just fucking do it. Again, if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. It helps me out. Help me out. If you'd like to help me out in another way, in an actually more substantial way, I think I should have a link below for Subscribestar. If you don't want to subscribe, just do it. I mean, it's not like you have a limit of people to subscribe to, and it helps me out. Helps me out, right? And again, haters be hating, and I would enjoy actually getting some hater content. If you have anything more to add, I'm sure there's plenty I didn't cover. Because again, this is straight off the top of my head. You even see me having to pull up my little book so I can actually look at the Hebrew, because let's face it, Hebrew is a whole other fucking subject, even though it's integrated with the tarot. A whole other subject. So again, like, share, subscribe, help me out, do it. And that's me.